Hello, this is Beverly from scrapandthread.blogspot.com. Today I wanted to show you how to stamp on clay. I have the Martha Stewart clay. It's almost gone in this package, but it's a paper clay, so it's very, very light, and it's called crafter's clay. It comes in some other colors, but I'm using white. And then I'm going to stamp on it with a regular acrylic stamp. And the stamp that I'm using makes this frame. I'm not sure how well that shows up in the frame of the video, but this frame. And I originally had stamped that with chocolate ink, and you can see that it looks more pink. So I was going to use this for a different layout, and then as it turns out, since it turned out to be this pink color and it went with my other papers, I was actually quite happy that it turned out to be pink, but it was kind of an interesting little bit of an experiment there. So I'm going to show you how to go about doing that, and this time I'm going to use a different color of ink. This is called Slate. It's a warm gray color. It's one of the new close to my heart colors that just came out. And the stamp that I'm using comes from this set. It's called Jardin, and I'm using this upside down, this frame shaped here. And so the way that you do this is very simple. You just kind of smash out your clay into a big enough shape so that your image will be able to cover it completely, and you make it be fairly even, as even as you can. If you have a little rolling pin or whatever, that would certainly probably help the process, but I just kind of push it into shape there. And if you have stuff on your mat, it probably will get into your clay, so you want to make sure your mat's pretty clean. And then you take your ink and your stamp, and you would stamp just the way you normally would. Before I ink it up, I want to make sure it's going to fit on there, and it's just a smidge too small over in this corner and that corner. So let me kind of even that out a little bit there. There we go. And then you can decide whether or not you want to keep the inside part of the frame. If you want to put something on top of that and make it kind of puffed up or pushed out, then you would leave the inside. Otherwise, as I did on that other one, I just cut out the inside part, and so that I could actually use it as a frame. So you just press down firmly. You don't need to wiggle it or rock it. And then you just pull straight up, and as you can see, my image didn't turn out all the way here, and the reason for that would have been that it was not as high, the clay wasn't as high. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of clay from over here, and I didn't realize that while I was doing this, and kind of smash it in there a little bit. And then I do need to line this up. It's a little hard to line up when usually I do that from immediately overhead, so I'm hoping that that will line up from the side. And that's pretty good. So then what you would do is you would cut off all of the outside excess part. Now, I did make another video where I'd used the Martha Stewart frame, and then I had colored the frames or painted them, and this works really well, but there's only one size, and it was much smaller, and I did want to use a larger frame here, and so that's why I was using this. But you can stamp lots of different kinds of shapes. You can make little medallions. If you want to paint them afterwards, you can. As I said, I had a video that showed some painting on another one. I colored them with re-inkers. There's lots of different ways to do that. So you just kind of cut out the inside part, and I'm just doing this very quickly so it's not as neat and tidy as it should be. Excuse me. And I let it dry overnight. And then if it's not exactly how I want it to be, as if it has little ridges or whatever, then I did take my little mini micro tip scissors and cut off the little stragglers on the edge. So you just cut that off,